So I've managed to find a little window of opportunity to get out fishing. It's not ideal. It's 5 o'clock and high tide's at 11, so it's dead low water. It might even still be running out a little bit. And I'm going to be fishing all the way through low tide and up for a bit. I've got to get away by about 9:30, so I've got to leave about an hour and a half before I water. So not ideal, but when these windows of opportunity come along and I've got a chance to get out and get the rods out, then I'm going to do it. So I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to get these rods set up, get them out, and then I'll come back and have a chat. Welcome to the channel. So I've got one rod out now. One rod out there with a running ledger. Haven't chucked it out very far. I'm fishing for a flatfish. I'm fishing for a dab. That's what I really want. A place would be brilliant. Even a flounder. And there have been some place being caught recently as well. So I'm fishing with a running ledger, and I've got a long hook length with 2 hooks on it and some beads. Size 2 hooks, ragworm tipped off with squid. With this rod, I'm gonna put a 1 up, 1 down, like a Wessex type rig on there. Again, size 2 hooks, bit of beads, a little bit of bling, maybe a little bit of black lug on this one, tipped off with squid. I don't want it to turn into a whiting fest if I can help it, but it's that time of year and there's loads of whiting about, so it really can't be helped. But it's just nice to be down the beach. It's a lovely evening, a little bit of a breeze coming along the beach, but I've got my shelter up. Got my new microphones as well. I'll tell you all about my new microphones in a minute. Proper chuff with them. Hopefully it sounds all right. The proof will be, obviously I don't know now. I can see the bars going up, so it's definitely picking up the sound, but how it sounds, I don't know. Normally I've got the microphone on top of the camera, and even in light wind, I think my old microphone's on its way out, because even in light wind I can still hear the wind noise on the footage. But I've got some wireless microphones this time, and hopefully they're better, but obviously once I get home and watch the footage back I'll know. But yeah, stop waffling again. I'm going to get a rig on this, get some baits on it, get the second rod out, and then chill out, I think. So this is how much the old microphone's been haunting me. Even though I've got new wireless microphones and they should be doing a good job at eliminating the noise of the wind, I've still put everything inside the bivvy. Crazy. But yeah, I've got one of these. It's a Synco. Basically what it is Rode brought out a video wireless microphone, Go I think it's called, and you put one little receiver on top of the camera and you put the other little receiver on your lapel, and you can either use the actual block, which is quite big, or you can put the little block in your inside pocket and then run a lapel microphone up, which is what I've got on now. And the Rode ones are really good, but they're close to 200 quid. And I was having a little look online and I saw that a company called Synco have brought them out, and they're exactly the same, to be perfectly honest with you. They come in a little case, get 2 microphones, you get a little windsock to put on top of the fat microphone if you can use that one. Comes with the lapel microphone, it comes with the charging cables and the cables to either plug into your phone or your camera. And they are spot on. They're about 85 quid, brand new. I managed to find some really good sort of almost new second-hand ones for 45 quid. And I'm really, really pleased with it. I was saying really pleased with them. I've used the Rode ones in the past and I think they're an amazing piece of kit. And it was one of them things that I'm going to save up and get some of them. But I've tried these cheaper ones at like a quarter of the price. And at the moment, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with the concept of them, the way they're presented, and the reviews that I've seen online as well. But when I get home and I've listened to the footage, that'll be the proof of the pudding. And obviously the stuff that you're watching now, if I actually managed to make a video out of this, they're obviously half decent microphones. But I've got 2 rods out now. I've got one with grippers on, so it stays put in the current, because there is a bit of tide still, because it is still just on the last of the ebb. And the other one I've put out with a 1 up, 1 down, and I've put that one out with a 4-ounce rolling lead, so it can cover a little bit of ground, and it is moving a bit, but that's not a bad thing. If you have one stationary and one moving, I think if you have one of each, if you're not quite sure what to do, then obviously you can work out which one works for you, if we can manage to get a bite. So flatfish, any type of flatfish, a dab ideally, a place, brilliant, flounder, over the moon. Flatfish is what I'm fishing for. Small hooks, ragworm baits, little bits black lug as well, and tipped off with squid. They're out there, they're fishing. I'm going to sit on the box now, watch the rod tips and enjoy the evening. So standing out by the rod tips, this is a little wind test. I've got my lapel microphone on. It's quite windy tonight. It's much breezier than it was when we were down there last. and I'm just testing to see if I'm getting any wind noise on this microphone. I shouldn't be. Maybe when I move and the sound of my coat rustling might do something, but apart from that, I think we'll be alright, you know. There's a few stars about. It's been mild for the last couple of days. It's been really mild, and I've been wanting to get out carp fishing, to be honest, but I just haven't had the time. I've been working, I've had stuff going on at home, and it's been I've been busy. I've been really, really busy. That's why I'm quite chuffed to have got a couple of hours to myself this evening to come out and have a little go. But there's been a bit of cloud cover for most of the day, and it's just starting to clear now, and I can feel it, temperature dropping. I thought about whether to put all the thermals and everything on, and I decided against it. And then when I left, I thought, well, I will bring the thick socks and the boots, and I will bring my new jacket just to keep the cold off if it is a bit chilly, and the wind is a bit chilly, so I'm glad I did. Roger's just moving a little bit in the wind at the moment. There's not a lot happening. And I don't think I'm going to mess about using big baits tonight. There's no big fish about. There's going to be a few big fish about, but it's not the time of year when you're going to come down here and get a couple of rays or a couple of smooth hounds or, you know, that sort of fishing. I'm scratching about for flatfish. I need to put all my eggs in that one basket, maximise my chances and try and catch the target. So that's why I've got 2 rods out, 4 hooks baited with worms and squid. And I've got a little bit of a rattle on that left hand rod. If anything, it might be a small whiting, but that's me being the optimist. So I've definitely got a bite on the left hand rod now. And that's the one with the roving lead on. So when I wind it in, I'll wind both rods in, and whatever happens, I will put roving leads on both rods. I'm just going to give it a little bit longer just to materialise. It's stopped now. If it starts up again, then I'll wind it in and have a look. But the signs are good. Right, let's have a look. It's gone quite a way down the beach, you know, but we shall have a look. We shall have a look. Definitely had a bite on it. I wonder. What's your bets? I'm betting whiting, if anything. I'm a defeatist, aren't I? Nah, let's say there's a flatty on there. Let's hope that there is. Here comes a shock leader knot. And it is. Yeah, you guessed it. It's a whiting, tiny little pin whiting. Tiny little pin whiting. There it is. Oh well. So there we go. We've got a little blank saving whiting. First one of the trip. Get some water in that bucket in a minute. Again, that's the 4th session in a row where I haven't bought a towel. How crap am I? So I've done that. I've just put another fresh ragworm on there, tipped off with a little bit of squid, and this one I've literally put the other half of that black lug that I put on, and I've tipped that off with a bit of squid, a few little luminous beads for a bit of bling, and that's ready to go back out. And then when I put this one out, I'm going to get the other one in and put a roving lead on that one as well. So happy days. So I was going to change this one over to a rolling lead like the other one, because I just caught a fish on it, but I've just wound in this rod and I've caught a fish on this one as well. Now don't get too excited, it's not a flatfish, but it's also not a whiting. and it was on the ragworm. Now I'm just going to put this little bit of squid. Just going to put this little bit of squid on this hook because I'm quite keen to get this rod back out. And then I'm going to show you this little critter. Look at that. That's a wiry little thing, that is. But look, how cool is that? That there, that right there, is a little 5-bearded rockling. Now I'm going to pop him in the bucket. And then once I've got the rod out, I'll come back and show you. Because that is brilliant. And that's the beauty of fishing down there. You never know what you're going to get. This is brilliant. Let's see if I can hold him up for you. Yeah, there he is. Little 5-bearded rockling. How cool is that? That is proper cool. I'm proper chuffed with that. That's 2 fish in 2 casts. And I'm happy. It was worthwhile coming. I'm going to go and plop him in the surf and then go and keep an eye on these rod tips because we are catching. So I've just wound in the rod with the rolling lead and the baits were pretty stripped, and at the bottom hook actually had 2 crabs fighting over the ragworm. So I've just put that one back out again. I think I'm going to give it a little bit less time next time. But this one I've just wound in, and we've got our old friend Mr. Whiting on there. Mr. Whiting. So we're still catching, but no target species yet. Will it happen? Eventually. So you can get some baits on this and get it back out again. At the moment, nothing conclusive, so I'm going to stick with this one with the grippers on, with the bait staying put, and the other one roving about until I can find a winning formula. Yes. Right. A little tip for you. Not teaching you to suck eggs, but when using ragworm, I've always found that dipping it in the water prior to the cast normally tangles everything up. No, the hook's just got caught over. Oh, that's funny. No, I've found that prior to casting with ragworms, if you dip them into the surf, it stops the tails from falling off. Give it a try. Let's get this out in that surf. Right, that's there, that's out there. I wonder how the microphones are holding up. I hope they're doing alright. I hope they're doing as well as I think they're going to be doing. And I think they're going to change my filming for the good. Because with that microphone on the top, I had to ensure that it was out the wind. And it's not so bad when I'm carp fishing and I'm at secluded little pools and this, that and the other, and I'm inside the bivvy and that, but when I'm out on the beach it's a little bit more difficult, especially if I want to get out and film a little bit of the actual fishing. So this can only be a good thing. Hopefully. Nothing much happening on these rods at the moment, but I think it's going to be a case of just chance it, you know. It's that slack tide where not much happens, but there might just be a flatty out there cruising about. I remember in the summer years ago when we used to fish off the side of South Brae Pier, and about halfway along the pier at low tide, the water must have only been about 8 inches deep, but you could see the little flatties, you could see the little place. And you used to put silver foil about 4 inches away from the hook and wind it in slowly, and you used to be able to watch the little place follow it and chase it. Brilliant. So we're catching fish, but not the fish we want. More bloody waiting. I think we just got to wade through them. It's obviously that time of year, there's loads of them out there. It's after dark. Perfect if you were out whiting fishing, but I'm not. I'm out flatfish fishing. I'm not catching any flatfish. So I'm feeling kind of flat. But we keep plugging away. So the time now is 7:30. And high tide is at 11. Now I can't stay till high tide. I said to you, I've got to, I didn't put that bar in again, did I? Not bothered. I said I've got to stay till about 9:30, then that's it, I've got to get back. Got to get packed away. So it's 7:30 now. I've got 2 hours left of fishing, and it's been absolutely loved it. It's cold though. It is a cold wind. I think it would be a mild night if it weren't for that wind, but it is a chilly wind cut across that beach there, so it's nice inside the shelter. But yeah, fishing with small hooks, worm baits, checking them regular, and we are catching fish. We had that one rockling and a few whiting, but no flatties yet. But they're out there. I've got one searching, I've got one fixed. I think if they're out there, we've got a good chance of catching one, because we've got all our eggs in that one basket. But it's lovely down here anyway. Just a little bit chilly tonight, but I do have the trusty hand warmer. This thing, although it's got flowers on it, it's in my pocket, so I'm not bothered. But it warms up really well. It's a USB one. Charge it up, and it's brilliant. It keeps your hands really warm. And because it's a power bank as well, you can actually charge your phone from it, which is quite handy. If your battery on your phone was getting a bit low, give it a little bit of juice, give it another 10% just to get through the rest of the session. But lovely for warming your pockets up. Keep meaning to buy another one so I can have one in each pocket. That'd be ideal. Didn't bring any drink or snacks or anything tonight because it's only going to be a short session, and I think that would make me really keen to get home, so when I get home I can have a nice bowl of soup and some toast or something like that, something nice and warm. I think that's what's required. I'm still wondering about this microphone, whether it's going to be any good. This thing keeps hitting me on the head and that's annoying. I'm going to definitely put that bar up in a minute if I can be bothered. Now I'm going to go over and stand next to the rods now. Watch out for them little whiting rattles. But we're fishing. So we're coming towards the end of the session now. We've had a really good one. I've really enjoyed myself again. Didn't catch that elusive flatfish, but I know they're down here. I know there's places like Brighton and Eastbourne and stuff that I could go to, and I could probably guarantee to catch one or two. But I want to try and catch one on my doorstep if I can. I haven't got the time to go travelling an hour and a half in each direction to try and catch these fish. I can go down the pool and catch flounders, I reckon, but I just want to try and do it locally if I can. It's just going to mean more to me, and I haven't got that much time, so I've got small windows of opportunity to get out and make it happen. So tonight we've had, I don't know, we've had half a dozen or 18s, that little rockling. The rods are out there now, and I've got little rattles on each rod again. I've got 2 hooks on each one, so if I get a little rattle on there, I'm going to leave it and see if I can pick up the double shots. But I'm going to wind them in a minute, and we'll see what happens. I might put them back out again one more time because I've got quite a bit of worm left. But I have got a few hours on Thursday evening to get out, and I might try somewhere a little bit different on Thursday, so I might want to save the ragworm that I've got left for that session. So we'll see. I think it all depends on these 2 rods when I wind them in. If we've got whiting on there or stripped hooks, I'll probably call it a day, but we'll take it from there. So here we go. This is the last winding. I feel like there's a lot on there. If anything, it's very small. Yeah. No, don't think there's anything on that. That is it from me. The rods are all put away now. Just got to get the tripod back from the surf before it gets swept in, and put the bivvy away, make my way back up the beach and get myself off to McDonald's. But it's been a good session. It's not been the best fishing session. Didn't catch the target species, but I did catch that rockland, which was really, really cool. I was really chuffed to catch that because I haven't caught one of them in years. But yeah, got a bit tinged out really. On Thursday, maybe I'll find somewhere a little bit different to go. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of homework between now and then, try and find somewhere that fishes on the ebb and low water, because that's practically what I've got on Thursday. But yeah, I'm going to get myself away. I've enjoyed myself. Thanks again for following the adventure. Tight lines, and we'll see you in the next one.